considerations and key points with respect to hybrid agile project management using MS Project. In front of us, we have a smart home project. For this project, from here to here, we have the predictive part of the project. Then we have the adaptive or the agile part of the project up to here, which is internally using the Scrum framework. Then towards the later phases of the project, we have again the predictive part. So together, you can say it is a hybrid project. When you are managing hybrid project, to see both the predictive as well as the adaptive part, the best view will be the Gantt chart view. In case you want to manage, track and monitor only the adaptive or the agile part of the project, for that you can use the sprint planning board view or the sprint planning sheet view. You can also use the current sprint board view as well as the current sprint sheet view. So let us go and see those views. So I'll go to the sprint tools, sprint staff, and here views, and we have sprint planning board view. In the sprint planning board view, we have only the adaptive work items, not the predictive work items. So as you can see, we have sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3 for the entire hybrid project and the work items associated with this project. The corresponding information also will be available in the sprint planning sheet view. So for that, I'll go to views here and choose sprint planning sheet view. So here you can see there is segregation with respect to sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3. For sprint 1, we have the Scrum events as well as the features broken down to individual tasks. Here I have applied my own custom grouping. Now going back to the task and Gantt chart view, here are the key points. The first key point, have clear segregation with respect to the items that you want to show on board and the items that you do not want to show on board. For a hybrid project, the predictive items you should not show on board. So as you can see, these items are set as no. This is a field we have shown board for which we have set it as no. However, for the adaptive part of the project, we are saying these items will be shown on board and we are going to manage on the boards. Next key point, have clear segregation with respect to agile work items and non-agile work items. For that, we have a custom field that is agile field, which you have seen before. Now this has a clear segregation with respect to the predictive work items for which it is set as no. For the adaptive work items, it has been set as yes. This custom field is going to be very helpful as you go for sorting, grouping, filtering, or even your reporting. For example, here I can say what are the agile items I want to highlight. So for that, I can go to the view tab, data group, and choose highlight option here and select agile filter. This agile filter internally uses this is agile custom field. And as you can see, it just highlighted the agile work items with yellow color coding. Key point 3, how to track the hybrid agile project. The tracking with respect to predictive part will be done in the Gantt chart view, whereas the tracking with respect to the adaptive part will be done in the board views. Now to track, we have the next point, that is baselining. Now baseline you should do for the predictive part of the project, not for the adaptive part of the project. So here I'm going to remove the agile filter and I'm going to say no highlight. Baseline we do not do for the adaptive part of the project because in adaptive or agile we do not have in-depth planning. We have a number of sprints, but we do not plan for all the sprints. We do just-in-time planning. Just before sprint 1, we have the detailed planning with respect to sprint 1. So when you do not have a detailed planning, baseline doesn't hold much value with respect to agile. However, if you are working in a regulatory project or a federal government project, in such cases they might ask baseline related information or earned value management related metrics. In such scenarios, you can use MS Project baseline feature. In our case, I have not set the baseline for this project. I have set the baseline only for the predictive part of the project, not for the adaptive part. To see the baseline, I'll go to the Gantt chart tools, format tab, and bar styles group. Here I am going to select the baseline and apply baseline, which I have already created and applied. I'm going to just visualize right now. So as I applied the baseline, as you can see in the graphical side of the Gantt chart, we have this horizontal rectangular bars coming up for the predictive work items. For the adaptive work items, we do not have any baseline information. But as I said, if you want to set the baseline, you can set the baseline. MS Project has that power to decide what are the items you want to set for the baseline, what are the task items you do not want to have as part of your baseline. Next key point. After you have baseline, of course, you want to track. And for tracking, we have to set the status date. The status date has been set for this project, which is visualized with this red vertical line in the graphical part of the Gantt chart view. The status date can be seen by going to the project tab, status group, and here is the status date, that is 14th of October. Now 14th of October is mid sprint 1. So here this deploy and close out task, as you can see, is finishing on 14th of October. That means by 14th of October, we'll have a number of predictive work items getting completed. Also, we'll have a number of adaptive work items getting completed. As I said earlier, when you track the predictive work items in the Gantt chart view. So let us do the tracking. So I'll go to the task tab, and here let us say in the startup phase, we have these 3 work items, and these are all complete as on 14th of October. So I'll select all these 3 items and go to task tab, schedule, and say 100% complete. Now when I said 100% complete, you have tick marks coming in the indicator column, and you have percentage complete, which I have added. This field is showing 100% complete for all these 3 tasks. Similarly, you can also update other tasks, and MS Project comes with a number of features to update in a varieties of ways with respect to the predictive tasks. Coming to the adaptive part, as I said earlier, the tracking will happen in the board views. So the best board view for the current sprint will be the current sprint board view. So for that, again, I'll go to Sprint Tools, Sprints tab, and here I'm going to select the current sprint board view. Now, as you can see, in this board view, we have a number of workflow state, sprint backlog, which I have renamed, next up, in progress, and done. And we have these work items. Each work item is a card, and I have customized this card to show some additional information. Now, as on 14th of October, this task item should have got completed because it is 10th of October is the finish date. So now I am going to take this card and drag it across to done. Then take the second card, which is 13th of October. Again, it is done. This one, again, it is done. Then we have test installation. Let us say this is in progress. Let us say this one is next up. Like that, you have to simply drag and drop and update the adaptive part of the project. Do not update the adaptive part of the project in the Gantt chart view. It will mess up your data. Now, whatever update you did in the current sprint board view will be reflected in the current sprint sheet view as well. It is also going to be reflected in the Gantt chart view. So let us go and see the Gantt chart view. So I'll go to the task tab, Gantt chart view, and here we already have these items 100% complete. And here you can see the sprint planning work is done. Check map entrances, this is also done, which is 100% complete. This is 100% complete. Then test installations and deploy and closeout are 50% and 10% respectively. This is a reflection of the percentage complete as we have set in the workflow states of the current sprint board. So this is how you track the hybrid project. The final key point, and this is the most important point. Hybrid agile projects are complex and sometimes difficult to manage. To manage such projects, you need to have 3 key ingredients. 1. You need to have solid understanding with respect to MS Project traditional features. 2. You need to have solid understanding with respect to MS Project Agile features. 3. You need to have understanding with respect to traditional project management as well as Agile project management and the ability to apply those management practices using MS Project traditional and Agile features. You are not going to get an expertise within a day or a week or a month or even 2 months. As you practice more and have your understanding applied more using this practical tool, you will have mastery over the topic over a period of time. With these considerations and the key points that I explained, I believe you will have a better understanding on how to manage hybrid agile projects using MS Project traditional features as well as the Agile features. The power of this tool is this. It has all the features in a single tool. Both traditional as well as Agile features are combined in the single tool. And hence, With this tool, you will have more effective as well as efficient management with respect to hybrid agile projects.